What's going on, friends? Welcome back to the Honeystead. If you are new here, my name is Kaylee and I do a little bit of everything here on my homestead between beekeeping, gardening, herbalism, just life in general. But today I wanted to take you guys, and I wish we would be doing this outside in our high tunnel, but I spoke about how crazy our weather is this time of year, and it's February here in Virginia. My grow zone is 7A, and we're currently experiencing a thunderstorm outside, which is crazy if you can hear it. So we are not going to be in the high tunnel and risk our life. I'm going to stay here inside my makeshift seed starting. It's like I have saran wrap on my seed starts. I plan on like really doing a really nice seed starting room one day, but for right now, you know what, this is like absolutely fine. I have a big table that I unfold and I have grow mats down, and right now I just started planting and starting some of my seeds. But today I wanted to talk about two of my favorite adaptogen herbs that I love. Like, I absolutely love these two herbs. And one of them we're gonna do with a little bit of a twist. So the first one that I'm gonna introduce you to, this is holy basil or Tulsi. Now, it's in a jar for a reason. Back this past year, and I'll make sure to put that video down, this is gonna be a little bit of a science experiment, but last year, I harvested a whole bunch of our Tulsi, our holy basil, and I wanted to go ahead and load it up into our Harvest Right freeze dryer because I love to freeze dry a lot of the herbs. It keeps them fresh for a long period of time. And tasting the difference between freeze-dried herbs versus regular drying herbs versus dehydrating herbs, freeze drying is just like amazing. So if you're interested in watching how I harvested and then freeze dried it, I'll put that video down below for you guys to watch. But I wanted to do a little bit of a science experiment, and I took just tinged for me. I took some of the freeze dried seeds from the holy basil and I freeze dried these, and I wanted to test something. I wanted to see if freeze drying your seeds, which I hear you can absolutely do, and then the germination rate is just fine. Because what I'm thinking this next year that I plan on doing when I go to harvest a lot of my seeds to, you know, have that regenerative aspect to this homestead and with herbalism, I'm going to freeze dry seeds this next year, specifically to save in Mylar bags for like my emergency seed vault, which I don't think is a bad thing. You know, saving seeds saves you so much money, and then not only that, but again, it just goes back to that regenerative aspect. But today I want to introduce you to Tulsi or holy basil. And when I say adaptogen, still smells like it. When I speak of adaptogens, let's see if you can see it. Yes. Adaptogens are a category of herbs that help maintain your body's ability to balance, to remain at like a homeostasis standpoint. I definitely went straight for adaptogen herbs when I started really learning about plant medicine and how beneficial it was for your health, for your body. When life happens, okay, it's going to throw us off. What that means is when we get stressed out, when there's a season change, when there are things that just can throw your game off, what does that do to your body's ability to defend itself? And that it puts you in a stressful situation, whether you recognize it or not, and then it opens up an opportunity for you to potentially get sick. So I use adaptogens to help support my body, to help nourish my adrenal glands so that I'm not fatigued. that I'm not thrown off. I use it very much like a preventative and pretty much on a daily basis. But adaptogens have been probably the first action of herbs that I went to help really supporting my overall health. Second would be definitely, you know, nourishment tonics, like nourishing for your nervous system. We'll get into other categories of herbs later on. I have spoken of them, so if you are new here and you want to learn more about herbal medicine, I absolutely have a whole bunch of free videos out there. But I also wanted to offer that today and tomorrow, so you're going to be watching this on Saturday, so Sunday at midnight, the limited time offer for our exclusive herbalism online home apothecary course plus the grower's guide, that bundle that we put together is going to actually be closed at Sunday at midnight. So that link will be put down in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the very first comment. So if you're interested in learning about the course that we put out, it's all going to be there. And what I love about offering this course is I put a lot of information out throughout YouTube and throughout Instagram and Facebook and other medias, but I like the fact that I have all of this information in one place. When you sign up for the course, you get a lifetime access. It is at your own pace. There's so many videos and then PDFs, recipes, references for you to continue in herbal medicine. And then not only that, learning how to grow the things, learning how to make the things. So all of that is there. I highly recommend, if you are interested, to definitely take advantage of the sale, because it is $85 off with the bundle from now until Sunday. And the people who have already participated has absolutely loved it. We teach about the holistic approach to herbal medicine. So not just plant medicine, but also what you're doing, food, the spiritual aspect of it, going into looking at your body as a whole. And I'm definitely excited to be able to offer that to you guys to help you continue with your story into herbal medicine. But I want to tell you a little bit more about Tulsi. Now, the type of Tulsi that we're going to be planting is Oseum sanctum, and there are a few different types. This is just one that I love the most. Love the taste, love the smell. And one of the main reasons why that I use Tulsi is because of its herbal actions as being an adaptogen. However, it's also an immunomodulator, it's a nervine, it also has anti-inflammatory properties. It's great for stress management, respiratory health, your immune system, also being a great digestive aid. And later on this season, I'm gonna be playing around with a few different recipes and infusing it into some oil and possibly making some salves with it as well. But not only is it delicious, our honeybees absolutely love Tulsi, and it is one of my favorites to grow, not only for them, but for me as well. So the flowers are really dry, but the itty bitty seed is right in the center. I'm gonna show you if I can find it. I feel like the easiest way sometimes to get the seed out without dropping it, which I just did, is to crunch up the seed, and with the flower included. So that itty bitty spot, that is the seed. So all I'm doing is just gonna crunch this up and see if we can get some of those, get some of the seeds out. If more than one seed ends up in it, it's fine. I might plant 1 or 2 seeds per, just because if the germination rate isn't that great, then at least I have a backup. The thing about growing basil, which I know it's a little bit early, but again, like, this is not going to be transplanted outside. I'm going to actually put this in the high tunnel because I would like to have some for some fresh tea a little bit sooner on. And right now, a lot of the seeds that I'm starting are actually just going to be for the high tunnel because that is my main focus right now. And then here in the next couple of weeks, I'll be going through and actually looking at my seed time planner, which if you guys caught that seed time planner video, that is a free planner, and I will put that link down below. You can literally put in your grow zone and then put your crop in. that you plan on growing, and it's going to tell you when can you grow it, when can you transplant it, when can you harvest it. And for a person like me who needs to be told like you have to do this, this, and this, it is great. I'm using it as like my project manager for my garden, and that is a free thing. So you guys can definitely take advantage of my link, put it in, and then plan your garden. You can also upgrade too if that's something that you choose to do. I actually upgraded mine, which is awesome because now I can actually visually map out my garden. But I've got a few seeds in here in the top of the lid, and I'm gonna go ahead, oops, it fell right there. I am going to go ahead and just sprinkle the basil just very gently on top. The one thing that I messed up a long time ago when I started growing my garden is I would actually plant things way too deep. And so you definitely, you will learn as you plan your garden and as you start your seeds, don't plant them too deep. I also pre-moistened my soil. Because that was another oops that I did when I first started learning how to garden, was I would plant all my seeds and then I would water and then I would disperse all of my seeds, and I would end up with like basil all the way over there. It was just a mess. So don't do what I did, and going ahead and just pre-moisten your soil. Also, a spray bottle is great. And then I am going to use plastic wrap, cling wrap, just to cover. That actually really helps keep the moisture in, and it keeps it nice and warm. I know that they make like fun little tray lids that you can put over your things, over your seed starts. I don't have them. So, you know, I use what I got, and that is what I have. So definitely very, very superficial on your seeds when it comes to little itty bitty baby seeds, just very lightly, firmly pressing them in. But I am hoping that we were able to successfully put enough of the seeds in these cells that we can kind of see like, hey, you know, what's my germination rate? But I do think that this is going to be a game changer for seed saving this year, mainly because after you freeze dry an item, I mean, it could last up to 25 years. So my goal is not growing a garden for the season. My goal is to grow a garden for generations, and seed saving is very much a part of what I'm actually doing here on our homestead. I'm not planning my homestead for just us. I want many, many generations to come. So that is my goal. And part of that is knowledge, and part of that is sharing and looking to continue this adventure and bringing, of course, a lot of people along with us. But I just planted it there. I'm gonna spray it one more time, possibly. Actually, no, I'm not gonna spray it. I'm just gonna cover it with some cling wrap. Another really important thing to do when it comes to starting your medicinal garden or planting your seeds, anything really, medicinal herbs, vegetables, I am so guilty of it, but it is actually labeling what I have put in that potting mix. 100%. Cannot tell you how many times I've actually planted something and then been like, you know, I've like got sidetracked, went off to do another task, came back a couple of days later, and I'm like, what did I plant there? And then I have to wait for it to start growing and kind of do this like, you know, plant reveal, like, what are you? Definitely. It's a game we like to play sometimes. Plant reveal. Okay, all right. That was good. Yeah, sometimes, you know, I like surprises in life, just not necessarily what I'm planting. So So I will keep you guys posted if this freeze-dried Tulsi will actually grow. I feel like it will. I'm very hopeful for it. And then once it starts growing, I will absolutely take you guys along with me. I have hundreds of more seeds that I plan on starting with you guys, and you'll catch little bits here and there. I think the next one that we are gonna actually start talking about, which is another favorite adaptogen herb. I have a lot of favorites, okay? But my other favorite adaptogen herb that I do successfully grow here in Virginia, however, it does not overwinter, learned that lesson, is ashwagandha. So I will be taking you guys and showing you how I plant ashwagandha next, and we're gonna start talking about a little bit of its medicinal properties, and then I'll give you some pointers, some tips, and I'm excited to, of course, take you guys along with me in this process, in the season of, we're in the season of seeds and dirty fingernails. So yeah. So as always, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and learn something old. Bye guys. There, I did it. I did not forget. I almost did. I almost got up, walked away, but I did not forget.